I'm Tolliver, an applied engineer of technology, a student, sophomore here at North Carolina A&T. And our group's problem statement reads as follows. Due to the lack of resources in Africa, what can be done by us to help the South African children receive an effective and efficient education? I know you all are wondering, how can we get these South African children out of this situation and increase their education output? One of the ways we can do so is by incorporating Teach for America with the program. What we'll do is find the sophomore completed students in college and enlist them into a selective service type draft. They will be given a number 1 through infinity, and out of that number, they will be chosen at random after their graduation to complete a 1-year work cycle through South Africa. They will be dispersed through many villages and different countries within the continent. We are hoping that when they come over, that not only will they bring their own wisdom, but they also bring books with them. Teach for America puts out a list every year that contains 20 books that should be read. These books are often rotated through, and when they're left off the list, they are never picked up again. After the program, teachers are able to return to America, where they're also given the chance to return to Africa 3 years later. We give them 3 years so that the medication works through their bodies and so that they're able to build up an immunity to the African climate. Even though they're leaving Africa, they're going to leave behind their books to increase the volume of textbooks in the African libraries. This is very important. It allows the upcoming children to not only challenge their peers, but to also challenge the world.
I'm Simone Teague, and I'm a sophomore agribusiness student at North Carolina A&T. South Africa spends more money on education than any other region in Africa. They even came up with the no-fee policy, which means they abolished school fees in the poorest primary schools to attract orphans, disabled, and poor kids, but yet the performance was still very low. And that was because of irregular attendance, absent teachers, teenage pregnancy, school-related work, and violence. And it was also because of poor conditions, because 27% of public schools have no running water, 78% are without libraries, and 78% don't even have a computer. And also the quality of teaching is very, very poor. But South Africa has made several attempts to improve the educational conditions in public schools, yet all the attempts have failed. And due to unsanitary conditions, lack of resources, and just not having the proper role model or someone to look up to, causes very poor education.
Hi, I'm Tyron Taylor. I'm a sophomore visual design student here at North Carolina A&T State University. In a research presentation presented to the University of South Africa by Nick Spohl, who is the Department of Economics at the University of Stellenbosch, in Stellenbosch, South Africa, discovered that there are two main education systems, functional and dysfunctional. From the name, you can tell the difference between the dysfunctional schools and the functional schools. The dysfunctional schools take up 75% of education in South Africa, and functional schools take up 25%. The functional schools have better resources, including books and teachers and other tools that are used in learning. The teachers are more motivated and they're out less, like they're out maybe 1 week out of the whole year, versus dysfunctional teachers who are out a whole month out of the whole year. Also, students at the dysfunctional schools have a higher dropout rate in the grades of 10 through 12. In the functional schools, they actually have more kids getting accepted to go on into higher education.
I'm a freshman. I attend North Carolina A&T. My major is mass communications. Deeper into our problem statement, there has been more challenges for disabled people. An 8-year-old boy with a disability didn't get the right resources that he needs.
Just hearing about the situation that these young South African students are going through isn't going to help them get aid. Our tad wish is for a major company to formulate a plan similar to our solution and aid in the education of these children. Knowledge is power, and for years, Africa has been discarded by the world. Now it is time for U.S. to empower their youth by giving them the tools necessary to succeed in this rapidly changing 21st century.